Kawaki Uzumaki, a boy sold from his family to a man named Jigen for the sole purpose of one day becoming the vessel of Isshiki Otsutsuki's power. Ultimately, Kawaki was taken in by Naruto, who he quickly came to know and love. The newfound love Kawaki gained for Naruto eventually pushed him to wanting the power he needs to protect him. Now with the time skip, perhaps Kawaki has obtained that power. Kawaki since the start of the series has shown an astonishing rate of growth, largely because of his karma prowess and exclusive ninja technology that's never been seen before. In Kawaki's introduction, his power was enough to leave all of Team 7 in awe, accomplishing feats that were implied to be difficult for them collectively. Kawaki would then find himself a rival in Boruto Uzumaki, who he consistently trained with for the purpose of mastering the cursed power of the karma. In tandem with the resonation process, it made both Kawaki and Boruto's power grow significantly quick. Kawaki's breaking point came when he lost his karma. This was due to Jigen being pushed into reincarnating earlier than expected. This left Kawaki feeling like a shell of himself, feeling like having the karma was his only purpose. He had nothing to turn to. Luckily, during this time frame, he learned shinobi tactics and ninjutsu under Naruto. This, in company with his ninja technology, still withheld Kawaki as a formidable foe. The problem lies in not having the power to protect the one he loves most, Naruto Uzumaki. This made it extremely excruciating for Kawaki. This led Kawaki to seek Amato for the purpose of gaining new power through the form of a new karma. This karma would be purely a weapon. The karma is explained by Amato to be a house with Isshiki's power in it. The situation arises when you have to find the key to get into that house, which eventually Kawaki found. Code explains karma in a similar way to Amato. The exponential stat increase is a result of karma's true essence. Otsutsuki battle experience that's been accumulated over millennia gets overlaid upon the vessel's mind and body. You become a seasoned warrior if you draw upon the power correctly. The question has never been if Kawaki has the power of Isshiki Otsutsuki. It was if Kawaki was drawn onto the power correctly, which is implied not to be the case earlier on. During his fight with Code and Boruto, Kawaki only showed off at most 4 tomoi in his eye. The tomos are an entailment of power since Isshiki's ability and power were stated to be greater when he showed off 8 tomo in comparison to Jigen, who only showed 4, making his shrieking prowess more difficult for opponents to deal with. Later on, Kawaki showed up to 5. The big thing here is the fact that Kawaki was also rivaling Boruto, who's only using Momoshiki's power. This made the situation very odd. Based on performances and narrative portrayal, Isshiki's power has been shown to eclipse Momoshiki's. Isshiki was more than enough to deal with Naruto and Sasuke, pushing Naruto to realize more power in hopes of stopping his terror. Momoshiki had difficulty dealing with one of this duo, much less both at the same time. Kawaki not being fully realized is supported by Amato's statement after this interaction, saying that Kawaki's power is likely to keep growing, meaning he wasn't at his full potential during this interaction. These question marks were answered during chapter 1 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, where Kawaki showed off the ability to fly, and more importantly, he displayed 8 tomos in his Dharma Wheel eye. This is more than what was shown by Jigen and the same amount shown by Isshiki in his fight versus Naruto and Sasuke. This is an indication that Kawaki's lack of control has been fixed, now being able to efficiently use Isshiki's power at his best. Kawaki at his full potential has always been implied to be the best vessel for utilizing and containing Isshiki's power. Jigen stating that Kawaki would one day be a perfect Otsutsuki. Due to Jigen's physical inadequacy, this created deep desperation for Isshiki to find Kawaki's body to place a karma on it. Power that was too much for Jigen and Isshiki is now capable of being used by Kawaki without any physical drawback. This in itself implies that Kawaki's body is better than the Isshiki we saw in Jigen's body. Kawaki not only has Ishiki's abilities and power, but he also has a better body in tandem with shinobi strength. This creates a combination even more deadlier than Isshiki Otsutsuki himself. Code was right when he said that Amato was trying to recreate the second Isshiki. Keep in mind, this is the same Isshiki that was able to give Baryon Mode Naruto a small amount of trouble. Isshiki that's stated to be above the likes of Unlimited Code. The same power that was enough to make Kaguya kneel to her knees. Kawaki was already easily strong enough to protect Naruto, but now perhaps he truly has the power to eradicate all Otsutsuki. The main thing that makes Kawaki so troublesome is his Sukuna Hikona ability, granting him the power of instantly shrinking and restoring all things with the exception of living ones. This power will most likely be used in chapter 2 of 2 Blue Vortex versus Boruto and Code. The 3-way battle finally begins. Kawaki is arguably the strongest character currently in the series. In a hypothetical fight versus Barrier Mode, I think Kawaki would have more than enough endurance to outlast Naruto. Naruto struggled finishing off an opponent that only had 2 days to live and was constantly being drained of his own life force. Kawaki, who we've already established, has a better body than that version of Isshiki, so he should be able to perform at the same level level, if not even better. Isshiki, more specifically against Naruto in the anime, had moments of comparability in comparison to the manga, where his moments to shine were a lot lower. I don't really see any direct scaling between the two, so stamina as a win con for Kawaki seems fine for now, but Kawaki scaling to Daemon is a lot more contentious. Neither having direct concrete scaling to one another, but Kawaki somewhat having some circumstantial stuff. Those teleportation was enough to give Daemon a bit of trouble at times, and since Daemon's ability only works if he's touching people, I think this creates a favorable one-on-one situation that can potentially be exploited by Kawaki's shrinking ability, which should be above the likes of Unlimited Code due to the Shikamaru statement of him saying that Code isn't above the likes of Isshiki Otsutsuki. Now, some people may question the reliability of Shikamaru's statement, but factoring in his genius character and his consistency in being right, this creates a likelihood that his sentiment here is true as well. Kawaki has utterly surpassed all the other Otsutsuki that we've seen in the story. Jigen, Momoshiki, Kaguya, so forth and so on. At this point, his only form of competition in my eyes would be Boruto, especially when Boruto awakens and perfects the use of his Jogan. This will carry on the legacy of the Sasuke and Naruto rivalry that we've seen in past parts of the series. Now that Kawaki has gained his power, will he be able to change his own fate? And is he truly the strongest in Boruto? But hey man, that's gonna be the end of today's video, man. I'll be coming out with a whole nother video, man, later today or tomorrow, so y'all stay tuned for that, man. It's the Big Jew, aka Juju Senpai, man, and I'm gonna be out with it, you heard me? Wow.